disturbing story was reported by the JTBC crime chief last night. A minor rookie girl group member was SA in the hands of the agency CEO, and there are chances that the other members might have gone through something like this too. Just like many of you engage with discussions about Hanny being ignored or bullied by Hybe, this case deserves your attention too. While the victim might not be as famous, this case highlights the real dark abuse of power that exists in the industry. So during the report, they shared a blur video of the girl group and audio recording, and everyone was quick to recognize and connected all the dots. To fully understand this case, I'll give a very brief intro of MADEIN. MADEIN is a rookie group that debuted in 2023 under the name Limelight, formed by 143 Entertainment. At first, they had a 3-member lineup of Uroojy and Gaeun, who is the alleged victim. In 2024, they rebranded the group and added 4 more members. 2 of them are former Kpop members Mashiro and Yesio, and 2 survival show contestants Serena and Nagomi. A few days ago, fans noticed Gaeun had deleted all her Instagram posts, changed her bio, and unfollowed her agency and CEO. This raised concerns that maybe she is leaving the group. Then the agency posted this statement on November 12th, saying Gaeun is taking a break due to health issues. She's focusing on rest and recovery for now. Meanwhile, the group will keep promoting with the 6 other members. Now, on November 22nd, they reported a 5th-generation girl group member was SA after requesting to leave her group. Then the show aired an altered audio statement recorded on October 26th. According to the report, she said she had a boyfriend at that time, and she invited him to her dorm after a performance on October 5th. When the CEO found out about his boyfriend, he started demanding, asking her, "Do you realize how big of a mistake that was?" In tears, A pleaded, "Please allow me to end my career after this promotion. This is why I hate dating bans, how this has given the power to an executive to question a teenager about their personal lives and making them to do horrific things." So she requested for contract termination, and this is how the CEO responded. "I told him that it was my wish to leave the group after the round of activities we were doing. He asked that if he granted my wish, would I also grant his wish? He wanted me to be his one-day girlfriend." She shared more details about what happened. Because this is an incredibly sensitive case, and due to the deeply distressing nature of the details involved, after the CEO offered her to be his girlfriend for one day, which is clearly the wrong thing to do in the first place. The victim said she initially accepted that offer. In her statement, she said she thought it would be like a normal date, going to a restaurant to eat and then watching a movie. But the CEO suddenly locked the office door and groped her. He would force unwanted physical contact on her during the time they were watching a movie. And she said no multiple times and requested him to let her go, but he denied. Now, I know there's going to be all kinds of victim blaming and shaming going to happen in the comments, and actually already is happening. Agency lawyer commented, stating that it was the girl group members' wish to continue to promote with the group, and so she agreed to be his one-day girlfriend. He also said there is footage of them in a car together, but everything looks normal. But here's the thing, the CEO met the parents. First he denied, then he started saying it was a misunderstanding, and then he admitted it. He literally admitted and said he made a mistake. Seriously, a mistake. But parents said no, it was all intentional. This is parents' statements. "You have been watching over our children with ulterior motives. Haven't you seen a lot of late-night movies with female idol? If they don't follow your orders, they're put at extreme disadvantages. From our point of view, this isn't a punishment. This is torture for our children. You realize that she's still a minor, right?" Now I want to stop right here and answer those who are going to argue that she agreed to be his one-day girlfriend. So listen, agreeing to a date under pressure from someone in a position of power, especially when your career and future depend on them, is not true consent. It's coercion. She only agreed because she felt she had no choice and wanted to ensure she could continue working until she left the group. Consent is invalid if one party feels obligated or afraid to say no. And the fact that the CEO locked the door, ignored her refusals multiple times, and later admitted to making a mistake proves that this was not mutual in any way. And she was a minor. A minor? Seriously, no one should try to justify or normalize such behavior, especially when there's a clear abuse of power at play. Moving on, the CEO promised the parents that he will take responsibility and resign from his position, and will not contact any of the members again. All of this happened before this news broke. And about contract termination, he said he can't disband the group because it would be difficult due to the company's stakeholders. But he will continue to lead the group behind the scenes. That means he still would be in some power. And even worse, he didn't act upon any of these promises. 3 days after this meeting with parents, they spotted him watching the girl's performance, which means Gaeun was active during this whole time. Can you imagine what parents have gone through watching the alleged abuser of their child sitting and enjoy their group performance? I can't. After parents approached him, he said he would leave. But again, he was in a fight with members just 2 days later, sitting next to the member he SA. That's just unbelievable. The show reported that both the victim and the other members were in shock, and she was shaking in fear throughout the flight. After this incident on November 12th, the agency announced her hiatus. Even after this, CEO gathered the members and tried to brainwash them, claiming that she was both the perpetrator and the victim, and even gaslighting them. He said if this becomes public and the company closes or gets damages, do you know how much you have to pay in reparation? Do you want to continue with the group or not? Answer with an X or a no. Imagine how scared the members were that they answered with a triangle. This is sickening to listen to how much abuse of power is happening here, forcing members to vote under pressure, say you know how much you have to pay. This needs the attention of the National Assembly. Now there are two statements so far, they say different things. One is by agency legal counsel and other by 143 Entertainment. Both statements deny the allegations and try to shift blame on the victim. The first statement said there was no contact or harassment between the member and the CEO. In fact, the member had caused discord and controversy within the group numerous times. It is true that the CEO had hugged her and tried to comfort her when she requested to continue working with the group, but this cannot be considered sexual contact. Okay, so I can't understand Korean. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but what I have read in direct article and understood from the report is that after she was caught for having a boyfriend and inviting him to his dorm, the CEO threatened her with contract termination, and she said she wants to continue with the group until her contract gets terminated, until the promotions for the groups end. That also involved their recent group activities in Japan. After that, the CEO made absurd demand, asking her to be his one-day girlfriend. And now they say she wanted to continue with the group, so she agreed to this. I also want to mention the program revealed key evidence, including recorded conversations between the members and the CEO, shedding light on the allegations. Others says, first and foremost, there was no harassment or any other form of contact involving abuse of power between the mentioned member and the company representative. The reported claims are entirely false. Additionally, the details concerning the hotel incident also involved the member spending time in the company of acquaintances, and not in the manner suggested by the report. The agency has also argued that the language in the law makes things difficult. Under Korea's civil law, a minor is a person 18 and younger, while the Children and Youth Act defines a minor as a person 17 and younger. The agency argued that under the Children and Youth Act, the female idol involved was not a minor at the time of the incident. It's disgusting that he tried defending that she's not a minor, according to the Children and Youth Act, even though under Korea's civil law, 18 years old, which she was at the time, is still considered a minor. Like, that makes the situation any better. And based on what was described, it would still be SA even if she was 40. Whatever happens, next two things are fact. She was removed from the group. And the CEO is firmly in the wrong in both accounts. He suggested her be his one-day girlfriend, and even if she agreed initially, but tried to stop him. But he still went through with it, which he should never have done. I really hope this could get the attention of the National Assembly. Now they have said K-pop idols are not workers, so they don't have same protection right as a worker. How they are going to protect idols in such case. It's clear that the K-pop industry needs massive change, especially in its availability of executives to young idols. All injustices matter big or small. But unfortunately, I don't think the government has the balls to acknowledge something like this publicly because of the image it would create for the industry, the country, and the man involved. I hope he can be prosecuted. And I hope this can get even half as much attention as Hanny got for being ignored incident. And this also raised concerns about the safety of other member. Kpop fans are also very upset as Mishiro and Yeseo had only recently debuted in group. How much attention this incident gets will also expose the fans and their hypocrisy of how much they really care for idols and minors' protection. Beside their favorites,